Hello friends, Lady Lee here from Lady Lee's Home. Today I want to share with you our local farmers market. So I've been posting for a while all the gardening and farm building and projects and all of that. But you know what? Everything for me comes together on a Saturday morning when I go to the farmers market. I live in a relatively small town, about an hour from the big city, but yet we have so many people here that need to eat, and there are not a lot of vegetable farmers around. So every Saturday since 2017, I've been going to the farmers market. Recently, we also started a Thursday night market for people that can't come on a Saturday morning, and it is definitely the highlight of my week. I work all week long in the garden and around the farm, and then on a Saturday morning at the farmers market, everything comes together, and it is beautiful to see. It's also, I love how things change during the year, and it's fun to see the cycle of the garden and the colors and everything that comes out of it. So this is November 2024, and it is basically when everything in the fall garden is able to be harvested and sold out to people and enjoyed. So this is kind of like the highlight of the fall garden. I start my fall garden the last week of August or the first week, through the middle of September, and then we stop planting. For the most part, I still plant winter carrots and things like that. But for the fall garden, planting kind of ends for us in the second or third week of September. And then about 2 months later, kind of in November, all of those beautiful carrots and beets and everything that you'll see me harvesting here is ready for market. When it comes to carrots, I grow Napoli carrots. I get the seeds from Johnny's Selected Seeds, and they are really the highlight of both the fall garden and the spring garden. Not only they're delicious and beautiful and colorful and really amazing. I'm also the only one that is growing carrots for market in this area. So this is a very big crop for me, and I put a lot of attention on growing carrots. I grow them both in raised beds and also in the garden, like in raised rows. You just have to really make sure that your soil is loose. They love the raised beds because the soil is very loose in them. I bunch my carrots between like 10 and 15 carrots in a bunch depending on the size, and I leave the tops on because there's a lot of things that you can do with carrot tops, like make pesto or carrot top chimichurri. You can put them in salads and sandwiches. So the tops are edible, and I enjoy being able to bring people something different to market since we can't find carrot tops at the grocery store. Once all the carrots are harvested and bunched, I put them on my little trailer and wash them well, and then from there they go into like a plastic bin with locking lids. It's really perfect temperature at night right now, about 45 degrees. So I just put them in that blue bin that you'll see in a minute, and then I leave them out under or in the shed for like overnight. But if it was late spring, for example, when it gets hot, then I bag them and put them in the refrigerator. Right now, the temperature in outside during the night is pretty much the same temperature as the refrigerator temperature, so they don't have to go in there. as you see me harvesting and washing and bagging and, putting everything together here, please keep in mind that I've been doing it for a while, but I do not yet have the infrastructure that I would like to have to really take this farm to the next level. I hope that it will kind of make you think about what is possible and what is to come, because this is where I'm going into building a proper vegetable farm. But also I hope that it will give you a little bit of inspiration of what you can do, even if you live in a small town and even if you only have your backyard. This is here my backyard. I have 37 raised beds in my backyard. Yes, I do own 20 acres of farmland, but really I don't use even a tenth of it right now, and still I'm able to grow a lot of food for the community. So the assumption that you need a lot of land or a lot of space to grow a lot of food is really not true. You can grow a lot of food and still go to the farmers market and still do a lot of things, even if you don't have a tractor, and even if you don't have beautiful 50 feet beds of vegetables and a proper washing station and all of that. It's still possible, and I've been doing it for a while, and it is profitable and fun and a way to get out into the community, since we're so just around the farm all the time. So Saturday night for me is just a time to get out and talk to people and get involved in the community a little bit. And it's all possible even without the tens of thousands of dollars that it takes to invest in a proper washing station and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. I hope that in the very near future, things will change here and we'll have some more proper infrastructure put in place. But for now, this is still possible and still profitable and very much good enough. So we did a little bit of rutabagas over there, just a little bit of those, and then move on to the beets. I've been harvesting from these beds some beets to pickle in the past few weeks. So and then the beets that are left here now grow to full size. They are a little smaller this year than I usually have them. I had a little bit of a caterpillar problem here, and also I did not thin them in time. So they didn't have enough space to grow really big like I love them, but they are still delicious and good enough. Peas are next. So we didn't get too many peas, but peas, people love sweet peas, and it's definitely a crop that I have to put on my list to grow 4 times the amount that I'm growing right now. It is the vegetable that I put on the table, and within 2 minutes all the bags are gone. Someone will come and just buy 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bags of sweet peas at a time. So they have a super short season though, maybe like 3 weeks and they're gone. And it seems like people understand that and just get as many as they can when they can get them. Sweet peas just go in like Ziploc sandwich bags, or sometimes I have the little green cardboard thingy boxes to put them in. That's another option. All right, so beets, and I had a little bit of kohlrabi there and some rutabaga or turnips. Some people told me at the market that they're turnips, but I think they're rutabagas. But anyways, all of those are being washed and go into, again, one of those plastic bins with locking lids, and that's it. They're ready for market. Once I finished at the house, I move over to the other side of the road, and that is where I call it my farm. That is where my farm is. So these are 50 feet rows of vegetables, and I've posted videos before on how I'm building these sections one at a time. We have 2 that are ready, and then 2 that are being worked on right now. And this is where, I hope to have the proper washing station and greenhouses and all of that stuff. Okay, so I have 2 crops that are growing here at the moment. Daikon radish is one of them, and I'm telling you, you guys, this is becoming one of my favorite things to grow. You almost feel like you don't deserve the amount of food that this plant gives you, because it's like you feel like you didn't do enough. It is so easy to grow, so easy to plant. I did not have regular watering here or anything like that. Not any specific soil amendment or anything like that, and it's just so beautiful and produces so much food. The root can grow really big, and it's really good for your soil because it opens up and loosens the soil. A lot of farmers grow it as a cover crop, and the tops can be used as turnip greens, so you can saute them or steam them. There's a lot of things to do with them. Really becoming one of my favorite crops to grow, and I have a blog post and a specific video for daikon radish. If you want to learn a little bit more about it, I'll link to it below. And the second crop that I have here is celery. This is celery, you guys, and I am on a mission to teach my people or my community to eat celery the proper way. When I came to the US, I'm originally from Israel. When I came to the US and I remember I stepped for the first time into the grocery store to get vegetables, I could not believe my eyes. I was shocked that they cut the tops of the celery. That is not normal in other countries. You should know that. All the flavor of the celery is actually in the leaves, and the leaves can be used in casseroles and in soups and in salads and in sandwiches and in omelets, to make an omelet. There's just so many things to do with them. Now here in the South, celery needs a very, very long cold growing season, and we don't have a very long cold growing season over here in the South. So what I do is I overwinter my celery. I plant it in the fall. It grows a little bit like you see it here, and then I will cover this with greenhouse plastic and overwinter it. Next year we'll get the big beautiful stalks of celery. Right now we get those tender shoots that are delicious the American way, with ranch dressing or whatever, and then the tops, the tender beautiful leaves that can be used a million different ways. So if you want to know any more about celery, I can do a separate video on that. Just comment below and let me know. So Saturday morning at the market, we have this big shed thing that was built here 45 years ago by a local farmers that needed a place to bring their crops to the community. It's still standing there. This market has been going on for 45 years. We are so lucky to have it. It is not a modern fancy schmancy farmers market where you have to pay a million fees to come and set up your table. This is truly a small town treasure where you can just show up and sell your stuff, whatever you have. If you have a lot, that's great. We have people show up with only turnip greens or only tomatoes in the summer or whatever, and I love it. It allows the older generation to keep on growing, even if it's just one thing and they can't keep up with a whole lot of, huge garden and stuff like that. They can still go on and grow just one thing. And we have a lot of people that do that, and it is beautiful to see them still keep coming out here at, almost 90. Like, we have farmers that are almost 90-year-olds, and it's beautiful. So I pile up my root crops. I love seeing all the colors come together, and I do this tight thing on purpose. Again, in Israel, where I come from, the market culture is very, very strong. We have markets everywhere, and I don't know if it's just how I used to things being, or if it's some sort of psychological thing, but it's just when you pile things up, it just makes you feel like there's such an abundance of things. And I love that people can kind of dig in and find their, mess up the pile, and then I have to go and put the pile back together. And, it's just a market experience for me. So I like to pile things tight, right on top of each other, and my customers seem to like it too. In addition to what we got from the garden, before, I also have a few purple sweet potatoes that were left. That's definitely another thing that I will have to grow more of next year. And then I also harvested some purple kale, and I also have some carrots in a bag, usually as in bags, like Ziploc bags, because some people don't like the carrot tops. Usually as I'm setting up, people are starting to come and shop, and we have those early people that want to get there when there's still everything. And it's fun. It's fun to see them just enjoying all the options. As the day progresses, we're here and we're there until 12 p.m. As the day progresses, there is less and less options. So a lot of people love coming really early in the morning, so they have all the stuff available to them. I also bake for our farmers market. Years ago, when I started growing vegetables for this community, this farmers market was basically a shopping stop for a lot of the older generation, and all they wanted was tomatoes, corn, potatoes, and green beans, and all these other weird things that I was growing. People literally didn't even know what to do with them. So it took me a while, and the community changed a lot since then. We have a lot of new people coming to the area and stuff like that, and I think awareness for food and healthy food has changed a lot over the years. But back then, I needed something to kind of draw people in and to try different things and to come to my table, and I started baking. I love baking, and so I started baking, and that was it. Like, people just love the vegetables but also love the baked goods, and I just could not stop since then. If I show up to the market without baked goods, people are just like, it's unacceptable to them. So I keep on baking. I have a few things, few pies, and my quick breads, and then some sourdough loaves with garlic butter that I bake for the farmers market. And I enjoy offering people a variety of things. I always say that for me, my food philosophy is that we have food that is healthy for your body, which is the right side of the table and all the vegetables, and food that is healthy for your soul, which is the sweet stuff on the right side of the table. So we have vegetables on the left where the heart is, and then sweet stuff on the right, just because it's right. It's okay. We need to simply balance both of those and enjoy everything. I do not believe in all these diets and stuff like that prevent you from eating carbs, or prevent you from eating sugar, or prevent you from eating this or that. I just believe you have to listen to your heart and listen to your body and let it tell you. And as long as you find the balance And as long as you include a little bit of everything and a lot of vegetables and fruits and nuts and good dairy and fats and things like that, then you'll be fine. The sweets are not gonna hurt you in any way. At least that's my food philosophy, and I love to have my table at the market represent that. I have a lot of conversation with people about that, and I am really happy and feel really blessed and very lucky to be able to offer a little bit of everything and to have a place that I can do that. That's it. The farmers market is definitely worth it for me. Not only financially, it for me it's much more than that. It's again a way to get out into the community and to meet people and to have meaningful conversation. I cannot even explain to you how many amazing relationships I formed because of this market, how much help I get on the farm from people that I would not know without this farmers market. This is November, my friends. Look at all these colors and all this beauty and all this food. I am eager to see how this farm is going to grow and change in the next few years. I hope that 2 tables are not going to be enough very soon and that I can offer even more food for this community. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are anywhere around Roxborough, North Carolina on a Saturday, please stop at the farmers market and say hi. And that's it. I will see you again in the next video, and I sure hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching.